What do we know about Oliver Cowdery? For starters, Oliver Cowdery believed in divining rods. An interesting aspect of church history is that in a revelation given in April of 1829, Joseph says that Oliver has the gift of working with the sprout. This is later changed to the gift of working with the rod, and its final change is the gift of Aaron. This makes way more sense knowing that he's talking about a divining rod. I mean, how else could he hold the gift in his hand? Another aspect that many like to explore is that Oliver Cowdery had close connections to the author of the View of the Hebrews. Sometime in 1833, Oliver caught Joseph Smith in a dirty, nasty, filthy affair with Fanny Alger. Also, there is an interesting document called the Congressional Document 189. The beginning of it reads as follows: The testimony given before the judge of the 5th Judicial Circuit of the state of Missouri on the trial of Joseph Smith Jr. and others for high treason and other crimes against that state. In this document, Oliver Cowdery is accused of uniting a gang, stealing and burning property, threatening mobs and attempting to bring those mobs, lying and cheating, making counterfeit bills and bogus coins. He instituted vexatious lawsuits. He set up a false pettifogger's office. He destroyed the reputation of many, but of course he later rejoined the church, so it's okay. Except of course, later that year, they accused him of raising up his kingdom again with William McClellan. So that's kind of terrible. Later he was even accused of committing adultery, although I haven't found very good evidence for that. But hey, at least he never denied his testimony. Except wait a minute. According to the affidavit of G.J. Keene, on April 15th of 1885, he tells a different story. After leaving the Mormon church, Oliver Cowdery wanted to join the Methodist church, but I think he was worried that his previous position as being a witness of the Book of Mormon might cause problems. Keene goes on to testify that, we then inquired of him if he had any objection to making a public recantation. He replied that he had objections, that in the first place it could do no good, that he had known several to do so, and they always regretted it, and in the second place, it would have a tendency to draw public attention, invite criticism, and bring him into contempt. But, said he, nevertheless, if the church require it, I will submit to it. But I authorize and desire you and the church to publish and make known my recantation. We did not demand it, but submitted his name to the church, and he was unanimously admitted a member thereof. At that time he arose and addressed the audience present, admitted his error and implored forgiveness, and said he was sorry and ashamed for his connection with Mormonism. This kind of sounds like a denial of his testimony, and a really good reason why he didn't do it publicly. And in the Latter-day Saint Biographical Encyclopedia, there's this story. A gentleman on a certain occasion addressed him as follows: Mr. Cowdery, I see your name attached to this book. If you believe it to be true, why are you in Michigan? The gentleman read the names of the 3 witnesses and asked, Mr. Cowdery, do you believe this book? No, sir, was the reply. Very well, continued the gentleman, but your name is attached to it. And you declare here that you saw an angel, and also the plates, from which the book purports to be translated. And now you say you don't believe it? Which time did you tell the truth? Oliver Cowdery replied with emphasis, My name is attached to that book, and what I there have said is true. I did see this. I know I saw it. And faith has nothing to do with it, as perfect knowledge has swallowed up the faith, which I had in the work, knowing as I do that it is true. So why did Oliver say no? Why not just say yes? Also, why are we cafeteria picking testimonies? Oliver believed that Joseph Smith was a fallen prophet, that he was having an affair with his wife, and that the Doctrine and Covenants was not to be believed. Why don't members of the church take his word for those things? Also, probably the most interesting piece of information that I found while doing this research is a poem from the Times and Seasons. The poem was written by John H. Johnson, and it was published on July 15th of 1841. There are 2 lines that are very important. Or the Book of Mormon not his word, because denied by Oliver. So it sounds to me like members in the 1840s believed that Oliver Cowdery denied his testimony. Help me make sense of this. So with all that we know about Oliver Cowdery, that he had a magic worldview, that he believes in getting answers from divining rods, or sprouts, that he has committed in the past all those crimes, that he joined another religion after Mormonism, and that he potentially denied his testimony of the Book of Mormon on a number of occasions, why do members of the church continue to see him as a credible witness?